Chapter 38. Chloe's POV. It all started after I sensed time starting to change. The world was starting to collapse on itself and I couldn't sense Sensei. I then used my ultimate skill to try to find where and when he was, only to see he went way into the past. See this, I decided to follow him, but remembered that I should try to keep the timeline the same still. I then worked with Chronoa to split us both up again. She has all the original ultimate skills we gained and I lost them. This worked to remove my immunity to the laws of time so my time loop would return again. We did all of this back in the past, so we then merged our past selves with our present ones. Also we can surprise Rimuru and follow a plan to make him finally fall for us. Now that I've got Chronoa back with me again, I have my memories back and powers. All I'm missing is my original body. That is still with Luminous like before. But I believe in Rimuru and that he has a plan for it. Especially since I noticed that Luminous was a little different from before and stronger too. I also didn't have Hinata with me like before, but Chronoa said she can handle her part in the timeline. Now that we're together again, it proves she succeeded in her mission. Now that we have seen Sensei again, I can tell he's the same person from the original timeline. It helps prove my theory when Shizu Sensei, who should be dead, is here too. Rimuru did promise to explain it later, so I'll believe him. Though I'm still jealous that Romulus got such a warm hug from him. Shizu felt the same as me, which surprised me. From what I remember, she never felt like that about anyone before. I'll need to talk to her later about the relationship between her and Rimuru. After that we returned to the school and continued our studies like before. Then at the end of the day, Rimuru called me over to have the conversation I wished for. Rimuru: so Chloe, how are you doing and what do you remember? Chloe: I remember everything, Sensei. Even about the last timeline. I still have all my skills from then as well. So why did you go to the past? Rimuru: well, that's a long story. He then told me why he went to the past. To have fun and to fix some of his past mistakes and regrets, but also to try to do better. He also said he accidentally destroyed that future timeline by doing so and that he's sorry about that. I, however, didn't mind that. Perhaps I can use his apology as an excuse. Chloe: well, if you're sorry, you should make it up to me then. Rimuru: how so? Chloe: go out on a date with me. Rimuru: are you sure that's what you want? He didn't outright say no. Let's press on then. Chloe: I better get a kiss during the date too. Rimuru: Chloe, I don't know if I can do that. Chloe: why is that? Rimuru: because Shizu is my girlfriend now. I don't know, I kind of got forced into the situation. Chloe: then I'll simply ask her later if I can. You're a king, so you should stop holding on to those past ideals you have. Rimuru: actually, I'm not a king anymore. It kind of escalated on accident from my original plan. Chloe: what happened, Sensei? Rimuru: let's just say a new religion has started up in my country. You're smart, so I'm sure you can fill in the rest. Did they start to worship him more openly this time? It was happening before, but people just kept it to themselves then. It seems that the place that's changed the most is actually Tempest itself. After that short conversation, I went to talk with Shizu about how she felt and if I could join her if what Rimuru said is true. Chloe: Shizu Sensei, can I talk to you? She then went to put down Kenya and get out of the big pile of kids to talk to me. It took a minute to get us alone. Luckily Rimuru came to take the burden away like he always does. Shizu: now what do you wish to ask, Chloe? Why did you want to speak in private? Chloe: is it true you and Rimuru are a couple now? Shizu: well, yes, we are. Though it only happened recently. He is much more dense of a person than I first thought he was. I bet he is still unsure if we are or not. She said with a slight redness to her face. Chloe: can I join you in being with him then? Shizu: aren't you a bit too young to make such a decision, Chloe? Perhaps you'll find someone who fits you better in the future. How do I explain my perspective to her? I did wait years to confirm if I still wanted him, only to see him die countless times. Luckily someone came to my rescue from an unexpected person. Seal: Shizu, normally you'd be right, but this child has unique circumstances to her question. Should I explain it to you? Shizu: if you're appearing to say this, it must be important. What is it, Seal? My greatest ally. Seal then explained my story and how I time traveled countless times to help Rimuru. She also explained that I asked my question because I did wait before to see if I was sure. I wonder why she is helping me. Shizu: are you telling me she is also a candidate for the group, Seal? My own student. Seal: you didn't seem to mind Hinata. Now you're concerned about this one who is technically older than you are. Shizu, but everyone else should be easy to convince Rimuru to agree to. Her situation is an uphill battle from the start. Seal, that's her problem to overcome. We will simply help support her efforts. She is more worthy than you were before. At least she earned her place through effort alone instead of Rimuru's pity of you who had only ever used him. Shizu then looked down in shame at her failed argument. I see that Seal is on my side at least. I wonder why she is now unlike before. Chloe, why are you helping me now unlike before? Seal, mainly because Rimuru still hasn't gotten over both Hinata and Shizu. So I decided it was more efficient to have everyone join in to aid my efforts. And as you saw, we are making much progress on our mission. Do you want to help? Chloe, yes. As long as there is a place for me in his heart, I'll help everyone. I'm a hero after all. Seal, then you will go on a date with him as planned. I shall also fill you in on the rest of our plan so you can help us all reach the final goal. Seal then told me of their long plan to ease Rimuru into situations where he must accept our love or forever be alone. Seal said he would never willingly want to be alone since it is his greatest regret in his first life that he died alone with no lover of his own. After I heard that, me and I saw Shizu both hardened our resolve to make him happy. For me it's because I see him always sacrificing his own happiness for ours. I remember seeing him often alone with no smile in his face during his time as leader of Tempest. But this time we will give him that happiness he deserves to have or die trying as we have so many times before. Rimuru's Pav. We now have set the plan into motion with Yuki's help. I also returned Laplace to them so he can aid them again. Now comes my battle with Hinata, but this time it'll be different. I'll have the power to defend myself from her. Of course we are fighting for a different reason than before. This is a battle of religion, unlike before it was a battle of revenge for Hinata. I also now have a new plan for Clayman. I told Yuki and the others about his condition and they agreed to get him to fight me during Walpurgis so I can cure him. For this to happen I asked Milam to act much like before. He can then rejoin them and aid them from the shadows. I had no reason to refuse since I needed some good managers for my growing territory. I then returned Kagali's old strength to her so she can be at the cusp of being an awakened demon lord like she once was. I didn't awaken her, however, as she should gain some strength from a few harvest festivals soon. That, and if she's too strong it'll create suspicion of her return. I asked if she'd want to rejoin the council and she said she'd think about it. Soon a new demon lord will rise and it won't be me joining the council but one of my subordinates will. But right now I'm saying my goodbyes to the kids like before. I also gave each of them the same things as before but also gave them a copy of Shizu's mask. Rimuru, so are you going to stay here for a while longer, Shizu? Shizu, yes Rimuru, I will. I need to get acquainted with the spirit of light that recently joined me from the dwelling, so it will be hard for me to help you in the coming battles. I'll return once I've adjusted my strength and help Yuki in his endeavors. I'll also keep an eye on him and Kagali for you. Rimuru, thanks Shizu. He hasn't earned my trust with her yet, so I'd personally prefer someone watch them both. Shizu, don't worry Rimuru, nothing will harm our children now or in the future on my watch. She then gave a scary look towards the city that even made me shiver. I know she has other spirits that joined her as well, but it appeared that the light spirit was the most finicky of them all. After the short exchange I left the kids and her to continue building up Tempest even if I wanted to stay. Unfortunately the world needed me to grow my kingdom, my home, or risk disaster. Similar to before, a barrier was placed around me by Hinata and her lackeys. I had Ranga who came to pick me up, hide in my shadow so he'd be safe. After that Hinata approached me much like before. Hinata, you ruler of monsters, I have come to end you for attempting to create a new religion that goes against the church's doctrines. I'm sorry that it has to be this way since you saved my sensei, but it's for my country. Though I will thank you for saving her still. Rimuru, hello Hinata. I understand your reasoning for coming here, but your knowledge of my religion going against yours is wrong. After all, there is an entity that's said to be above luminous, isn't there? Hinata, are you saying you are that very being? That's impossible, it's supposedly locked away by Veldanava himself long ago. How could it be free now and not have visited Luminius all this time? You can only be an imposter. Rimuru, believe what you will, but it matters not to me. Hinata, if you are the Void Dragon then I shouldn't be able to defeat you. Prove you are the Void Dragon by combat and I'll maybe believe you. After that she charged at me, but I didn't even bother defending myself as my perfect guard made it impossible to hurt me so long as someone loyal to me was nearby. As Ranga was in my shadow it was active. I still couldn't attack with it on, but it won't matter in the long run anyway. I'm just here to waste time until she either gives up or I need to leave due to time constraints. Rimuru, try all the moves you like Hinata, it won't hurt me. My barrier can't be harmed by your weak skills. Even if you have two unique skills that are powerful, it won't matter in front of me. My ultimate skills will simply nullify your attacks. It also doesn't help that you're not even a saint yet, though you're close to becoming one. She started to increase her attack speed even more, trying all kinds of attacks until she decided to cast disintegration in a last-ditch effort. It still won't work, but seeing is believing, I guess. Hinata, your overconfidence will be the death of you. Even Luminous wouldn't take this attack head-on. Disintegration. The attack hit and she started to relax at seeing it successfully land on me. She even took down the barrier that was around us as well. After a bit the spell ended, and as I promised, I was still there with no damage. The look on her face, by the way, AWWWH priceless. Hinata, what the hell are you? She said as she started to take steps back. Nothing can survive that attack. Not even demon lords could. Rimuru, I already told you. I'm above your god Luminous, whether you understand it or not. If you'll excuse me, I have things to do and a world to save. I've got to go. But before I do, can you give a message to Luminous Valentine for me? She seemed to stiffen at what I said. She even started to shake a bit as her subordinates started to run to her aid. Hinata, what is the message? Rimuru, ah, now you believe me, huh? Well, tell her I'll see her at the next Walpurgis. Okay, bye, I said as I then teleported me and Rongo away. After the teleportation I arrived in the cave and did much the same like before. Now let's see if the demons were able to complete my orders as I asked them to. There should be no casualties this time, at least I hope there aren't. I at least know it won't be on my side, but the enemies are a maybe. After all, I still need Majoran alive to complete my current objectives, and Yung won't like her being dead. To be continued.